Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. This is the Team Fit and Fearless call. It's June 27th. We're going to be talking about mastering your mindset. Now, I feel like this is something that can be talked about at any time because at some point or another, we're all struggling with our mindset. And that's one of my big points is that everyone struggles with mindset. And it's something that I feel like I've struggled with recently. And so I've been really digging into how to master my mindset, so to say. So I feel like I need to share it with you guys. And I think I've shared this in my post before that if I'm preaching on something or talking about something, it's usually because I'm struggling with it. So I'm speaking to myself as much as I am to you guys tonight. So I want to go ahead and start off, which first of all, I was going to say, I'm not going to take this time for announcements, but there's only 3 days left in the month. Still plenty of time to hit your goals. Just remember to follow up with people. Reach out to me if you're struggling with hitting whatever goal you have this month. Please don't ever hesitate to reach out. So, okay, with that being said, I want to start off, I don't know if some of you I know have read this or are reading it currently. It's 31 Days of Prayer for the Dreamer and the Doer. And it's basically, there's different topics and they pray over it. It's business, family, all different stuff. So I think it was 2 or 3 days ago, it was on confidence. And I'm going to change the view of this real quick. Okay, so it was on confidence, and the prayer for it, it's kind of long, but I'm just going to put it, let me change this. Sorry, I'm just changing the format. Okay, I'm just going to read a couple parts of it to you guys because I felt like when I read it, I was like, holy cow, I definitely needed that. Okay, so starts off, Dear Lord, you've placed in my heart these crazy dreams and desires. They seem so big and so far out of reach. My deepest desire is to live a life soaked in significance, one that serves you and honors you. Despite my insecurities, I trust that you have given these dreams to me for such a time as this. And I feel like each and every one of us are here and we have a reason that we're doing this business. And it's just crazy because sometimes we have our why in these goals and it seems so far out of reach, and we start to maybe take them down and take down our goals or our dreams when in all actuality, God placed them on our heart for a reason. Okay, so I'm going to go down. There's one more part I want to read to you guys. Let me be a mighty vessel for miracles. Anchor me in wisdom, discernment, and love. Renew my mind such that I boldly believe I am all that you say I am as you stretch me and expand my territory. I know that my glory zone, the place where you are taking me, exists solely outside of my comfort zone. When I read that, I was like, holy cow. Comfort zone is such a scary word. I'm going to talk a lot about it tonight. But the fact that where God's taking us isn't where we are now. It's when we choose to step out and do what he calls, when it's not going to be easy. It's going to be scary. So I don't know. I just loved everything about that. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And I kind of want to start with a little gut check for you guys. We all know what we need to do. And if there are brand new coaches on here, you're probably thinking, I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. But you will be getting the resources you need to know what you need to be doing. And I really kind of want you guys to think of, am I doing the things I need to do, but with 10 times the effort? Am I doing the things that I need to do to be successful? Because we know what they are. They're the basics. And I think sometimes as new coaches, you almost have an advantage, so to say, because you have excitement and you have these trainings handed to you, step-by-step process. And as a coach that's been around for a while, you know what you need to do, but you can kind of get in ruts and you kind of lose that excitement, even though you still know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, but you get in that rut and you're like, what do I do? Do I need to do a freemium? Do I need to do a website or a blog? And you start thinking of all these things. And I really want us to just focus on not being overwhelmed with those big things, those big pretty things, and just focus on the basics. There's a time and place to build, to start blogging or to do a freemium, but focusing on the basics is what's going to get us where we need to go. So I want to remind you that the rewards with this business, whether it's, the relationships, the finances, the trips, all of that only comes from doing the daily grind. And that is the basics. And sometimes they get monotonous, and reaching out to people might seem to not get easier, especially if you're new, but that's what's going to get you where you need to go. And really all that is, besides, our 4 vital behaviors, but posting on social media. And that is sharing your life, your story, your struggles, your fitness, your food, the basics. Post about your vital behaviors, share what's on your heart, share things that are scary, And then behind the scenes messaging, connecting with people. Like those are the basics. Those are the things that we have to be doing every single day. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I got to look at my notes a lot just because, like I said, my brain's all over the place. Okay, so you have to have the mindset that you can do this. I think a lot of you believe this business can work because you see it working for other people, but do you truly believe that you can do this? And everybody that's on here can. And I really want you to start thinking about like the beginning of your day. So you start your day off in the very beginning. I want to say the first hour of your day is so crucial. And I think for so many people, it's so stressful and it's full of anxiety. And for me personally, like I would wake up and immediately think of the things I had to do. I hadn't hit a certain goal yet, my kids' appointments for the day or whatever it may be. And I'd get on my phone, my alarm would go off and I grab my phone, I'd get on social media. And that immediately would cause more anxiety, like, oh my gosh, look at all these messages I have, or so-and-so already posted, and it was a great post, and I've got nothing to post today. And so I want to challenge you guys that before you even get out of bed, that you do not let your mind go to the to-do list. Don't let your mind go to the negativity, and just start with like a mindset of gratefulness. And I know like you hear that all the time, like count your blessings, do those things, but really like the basics of gratefulness. Like you're in a warm bed, you have a roof over your head, your kids are healthy. Hopefully I don't know if your husband's still next to you, if you're married or not, but the basics of being grateful and just think, okay, I have this fresh day. Turn your alarm off, get out of bed, do not get on social media. And this is kind of a call to action I'm doing at the beginning of the call because I just wanted to talk about it first, but I want you guys this week to work on getting up and not going directly to social media. Okay, so what I want to challenge you to do, besides the getting your mindset in the mindset of gratefulness, thinking of things you're grateful for, do not get on social media, and I want you to go directly to your personal development. Whether I do my Bible devotional and personal development at the same time. They're two different things for me, but I want you guys to do that. So if you're someone that works out in the morning, you're thinking, I'm already getting up early to work out. I want you to make your coffee or your Energize and drink it for 10 minutes while you read or while you listen to something. And if you have a system when you do your personal development, that's fine. But I want to challenge you guys this week to try it first thing in the morning, because I'm a firm believer that starting your day off in the right mindset makes such a huge difference. So getting up, getting in the Word, getting your mindset to positivity, building confidence, all those things, and then you can start tackling your to-do list or however you start your morning. So I just really want to challenge you guys to do that. I don't know where this quote came from. I've heard it 1,000 times, but the difference between successful people and not successful people is truly the way they think. So it's not that they have talent or that they put in a lot more effort, which maybe they do put in a lot of effort, but the way they think is what's going to make them successful, because we're all going to hit roadblocks, and we can either let those roadblocks bring us down or we can push through them. But it does take time and effort to get your mindset in the right place. So just like going to my next page, just like we do our workouts to train our muscles, our personal development is to train our brain. And it really is rewiring your brain, especially if you know or in the past have been more of kind of, I don't want to call anybody on here a Debbie Downer, but like you just tend to go towards the negative side of a situation, or you're a worry wart. I will say, like, I used to worry so much more than I do now and just be full of fear about things. And I've had to rewire my brain to not let it go there. And so we have to know, like I said, with this business in particular, there will be roadblocks, tough times, whatever. And we have to decide, like, when things get hard, are we going to crumble or are we going to conquer? Like, what are we going to do? Because we can either go into pure anxiety mode, worry, freak out, or we can decide, like, no, I have a support system. I'm going to make a plan. I'm going to be a solution solver or problem solver, solution maker, and I'm going to do this. And I love this verse in Romans that I'm going to share with you guys. I think Amber will give me a shout out. But in all things, we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. And like, God created us to be conquerors, not to crumble. Like, he created us to just push through those hard times. And I feel like we have to have the mindset that no matter what he throws at us with this business and with life in general, that we have to choose to conquer. We have to choose to keep moving forward. And that is going to take time to make you feel like that's your attitude. Okay. Cause if you're not there yet, that's okay. I feel like there's some times where I'm crumbling. Like, what's that Bruce Almighty quote? Like, this is how the cookie crumbles or something. It doesn't even really go here. But anyways, we're not going to crumble. That's the whole point. So I think with this business, part of the issue is that, okay, this is a pro and a con. You don't have a boss. You are your own boss. And with that comes basically the freedom to either succeed or the freedom to just give up, because no one is really there telling you have to do a certain thing. So it's up to you to do XYZ, the basics, like I mentioned before, to actually help people to reach your goals and to get a paycheck. Like, it's up to you. No one's going to do it for you. So that's why your mindset has to be in the right place, because the basics can get monotonous and they can get hard, but also you have to push through when the slow seasons come. So I will tell you, and I think some of my veteran coaches on here will tell you, there are slow seasons with this. And you might think, like, I'm a brand new coach and I feel like it's a slow season. Being a brand new coach is different because it takes time to build this, and there's a delay in the business, and there is people need to trust you, and it takes time to build trust. So I don't want you to think, if you're not like starting off with a bang in this business and you're not hitting Success Club and getting all these coaches, that you're not meant to do this. It's just, it takes time to build relationships, and you have to remember that. But let's say you've been a coach for a while and you just feel like it's dragging and you're not getting people and something's just not quite right. That's when you have to push yourself. You have to challenge yourself to do something different. You have to step out of your comfort zone, and you can't focus on what's not happening. You have to focus on what you can do to make a change. And so that's where I don't know if this is like the right word, be perspective, but your perspective on it. Like, you can't focus on, okay, I'm not hitting Success Club. No one's liking my post. This isn't happening. You have to think, what can I do to grab more interest? What can I do to reach more people? And so that's where your mindset has to change. And you have to train your brain every single day. Like, this isn't something that I'm like, oh, I mastered my mindset at 1.5 years of being a coach. No, it's like every single day you have to master or train your brain to think in a way that's positive, and that you're going to be the conqueror in the situation. So having a strong mind is so crucial, because I feel like if you don't have a strong mind, you tend to look to others for validation. And I feel like I still struggle with this a lot. And this business is so easy to compare yourself. So let's say you started around the same time as another coach and you see them going and taking off faster than you. You cannot focus on that. You have to focus on, this is your journey. You have to put your blinders on. I feel like I talk about comparison a lot, but it's a total like joy kill for real. So you have to stop looking to other people for validation. And I want to take this even further in the fact that if you have an idea, like, you just need to run with it. Don't wait for someone to tell you that you can do it. Like, just do it. And if it totally sucks, then you learn from it and you fail forward. Like, there's so many times I feel like I've either posted something or tried a new training and there was nothing, like it didn't go well, and I just was like, well, that took a lot of work and nothing happened, but I learned what needed to change. So just knowing that you're in control and you're making your mindset the number one will keep you from looking other places. Does that make sense? Kind of? You may give me a head nod. Okay, good deal. Okay. And obviously we need to just stop the negative talk. Like, don't say like, I can't do this. This isn't for me. I'm not a leader, blah, blah, blah. We've all said it to ourselves. Just stop. Just shut up. Okay. So remember, I'm talking to myself too. Okay. So I want to talk a little bit more about your comfort zone and fear and empowering yourself. And I feel like this is where I could get a little preachy. Like I said, I'm preaching to myself, but if you're not doing the things outside of your comfort zone, you will not move forward. You will not build your business. You will not grow. Like, it's just plain and simple. And I feel like so often we don't step out of our comfort zone because of fear. And fear is an emotion. Like, we can't touch it. We can't like brush it away. It's there. But I am a firm believer, you may or may not agree with me, I'm a firm believer that fear comes from the enemy. It comes from Satan, because I feel like I look at all you women and I'm like, holy cow. I think he puts fear in all of us because he knows if we don't have the fear, we will freaking change the world, okay? Because we could take over and help and inspire so many women and help them feel their worth. It's gonna get me, I'm all hot and pregnant right now. But if we start inspiring women and they start feeling worthy, then, you know, like Satan has no foothold on anybody, and he can't hold us back. And so I feel like if we are letting him put fear in us and keep us in this comfort zone, no one will be helped in our list of 100 people. No one will be helped outside of us, and no one will feel like they are worth more than how much they weigh on the scale. And so it's truly our job to step out and put ourselves out there and to truly face our fear, because the only way you're going to build confidence with this business is to face your fear and to just do it. I feel like if you are at a place right now, which, guys, I have felt a huge lack of confidence throughout this whole process at certain times and feel scared. And I feel like if that's how you feel at this very moment, like, you're where you need to be, because you need this opportunity. You need these women. You need the support, because you're here because you made a decision. You made a decision like, I need the support to get my life together, to get my health back on track, to help my family out financially. And you have to decide that you're going to take advantage of what you're given right here. So I want you to just be empowered by stepping out of your comfort zone and know that you have control. And that should give you a feeling of empowerment. Like, it's completely up to you. No one else can do it. So, okay. Whew, I could have gone a lot further with that, but I'm going to move on. And I want to tell you guys that you cannot fail in this business. I feel like most of the time, the biggest fear people have, or they tell me, is I am afraid I'm going to fail. Well, let me tell you this and give you some reassurance that you cannot fail whatsoever in this business. The only time that you actually fail is when you quit, when you say, I can't do this, this isn't for me, or when you don't try. I will say this business isn't for everyone. So if there's people out there that don't like serving other people, they're not into even like connecting with people, they don't want to help people. It's really about helping people. And there's some people out there that just don't have that desire in their heart. They have no love. We'll just say that. That's a little harsh, but that's who this isn't for. But you will not fail whatsoever if you keep going. So I want you guys to replace the word failure with stumble. So if you say, my biggest fear with this business is that I will stumble instead of I will fail, then you have to get over it. Like, stumble just seems like it's a given. You will stumble. You will fall flat on your face. You might be humiliated. You might cry. I mean, I've cried. Like, I think there's a few girls on here who have probably heard me, or heard my tears through the phone, because you know, when you put so much into this and something fails, it's not a failure, it's a stumble, and you learn from it. So you have to have the mindset and know, I will stumble, I will fall on my face, and I'm going to get back up. I'm going to conquer. I'm not going to crumble like the cookie. I'm going to conquer. Okay. So moving forward, personal development. And I've already talked a little bit about it, but I want to remind you guys that personal development is your toolbox. Okay. So if you're constantly filling your mind up with this, with positive things, your personal development, you're going to get to a point where you hit one of those roadblocks and you stumble, but you remember something that you heard. You remember a quote, or you remember a situation, from some other time in your business or your life, and you pull that out and you let that fuel you. Okay. So if you're not taking your personal development seriously, then you're not taking your business seriously. And I've been there. I've struggled. In the beginning, I didn't think it was important, but I'm going to harp on you guys now that if you're not doing your personal development, your business won't grow. Like, yes, you might see some, a little bit of success here and there, but when you hit that roadblock, you're going to crumble. I'm going to say crumble and conquer 1,000 times tonight. Okay. Because that's the only words I can think of right now. But if you aren't filling your mind and don't have that toolbox or that arsenal of positivity and motivation from what you've been reading for the past year, 2 years, 3 years, then that's when you're going to, you're going to hit that point and you're not going to know what to do. So this journey truly is a personal growth journey, and it's not even just about building a business. It's about changing as a person as a whole. And I think if we remember that and know that we're on a personal growth journey, we're not just trying to make a sale. That's such a small portion of what we do on this team. And just knowing that taking care of, your body, your soul, your mind, your finances, like it all goes into one. And you have to be constantly training your brain to keeping that at the focus, that it's a personal journey. And a journey is like this. It's like up and down, squiggly lines. It's not up like this. You've all have seen that probably image, that success is not like this, but it's more like a roller coaster. You go upside down, you pretty much go underground in a tunnel and, scream, and there's monsters and all of that. So you have to just know, like from the beginning, that's just how it is. There's going to be ups and downs. So I have a couple more notes here. Let me just look real quick. Okay, so I think the biggest and scariest part for people with this is inviting, whether it's to a challenge group or to the business opportunity. I'm going to try and rein this in more to like business here. I want you guys to think of this, and I've said this in trainings before, like change your mindset in inviting, because so many times people are like, coaches have told me, I feel icky that I am reaching out to them and telling them their daughter's cute because I want them to buy a challenge pack. But that's not truly what we're doing. We are reconnecting with them and finding some common ground, seeing where we connect, because we actually have this amazing opportunity that can change their life. And I'm not just talking about the business. Like, I know Leslie's not on here right now. I think she's flying to Vegas right now. But she, if you don't know her story, she's come a really long way mentally, spiritually, physically. She's lost nearly 50 pounds. She's off her depression, anxiety medication. And she originally blocked me, you guys. Like I reached out to her. She told me she didn't want to join me, and ended up blocking me because she thought I was annoying. And she told me later, like, she's like, I just wasn't ready to hear it. I wasn't ready to receive it. But if I wouldn't have reached out to her originally, she never would have known what I was doing. She never would have come into this. And now she's here and she is changing some lives. Like, there are women out there that she is like serving so hard, and it's incredible. So you have to remember that when you're inviting into a challenge group, because that's how most coaches start, is in a challenge group. They start and they get results and they start feeling better and they start having more confidence. But you have to think of it as you're inviting someone into the world that is changing your life. And if you're just now starting, you're inviting someone into the world that you are going to let change your life. So I want you guys to think of it like you're bringing them into something that either has already changed your life or you can see it's going to happen. Because I know some of you are pretty new on here. And I even know, Jackie, you have shared like just within the month how much you feel like it's changed you. And you've shared it even in some of your posts. And it's crazy that even though, like, Jackie, you can't say like, oh, we already paid off all our debt and all this. Like, people don't need to hear financial success stories from this. People need to hear like, I can run around with my kids and I don't throw up, or I don't like fall down because I can't breathe, or, I am actually reading every day and I'm bettering myself. My relationship with God is growing. So if you have any part of this business or this community that you love, like, you need to share it. You need to share why you love it. And it does not have to be because you have success or you're a 5-star diamond or whatever. It just needs to be something that your life has changed, and you need to share that with people. It might be uncomfortable, but I don't care. Like, you need to get over it, and you just need to do it, because fear is from the devil. Okay. So anyways, I tell you guys not to like get in the newsfeed and look at other coaches and do what they're doing, like put your blinders on. But it is good to look and see what successful coaches are doing. Like, find the coaches that you feel like you relate to, the ones you feel like you're inspired by, and see how they're doing it, how they're running their business with integrity. And obviously don't steal their posts, but it can give you ideas and inspire you. Like, put your story into something that you can relate to, if that makes sense to you guys. So this is really, truly all about the everyday effort of fueling your brain with positivity, because this business, I would say, is like 80% mindset, 20% mechanics, 20% the actions, because you're not going to do the actions if your mindset is in the dumps. You're not going to feel like you want to invite when you're not feeling confident, or when you're feeling defeated because one person told you no. You have to have that mindset, that unstoppable mindset, where you can just push through when you hear 50 no's to one yes. Okay, so I want to read the end of that one prayer to you guys again, just because I feel like it talks about comfort zone, and I'm just going to read it to you again real quick. So let me be a mighty vessel for miracles. Anchor me in wisdom, discernment, and love. Renew my mind such that I boldly believe I am all that you say I am as you stretch me and expand my territory. I know that my glory zone, the place where you are taking me, exists solely outside my comfort zone. Boom. Like, you cannot stay in your comfort zone, and you've got to push your mind in that positive direction to get you out of the comfort zone. So that is all I have for you guys tonight. I hope that it helps a little bit. I know this was more of kind of like a preachy type, like raise the roof, get you going type of thing. It wasn't like, really, maybe you do have questions. And if you guys have questions that have nothing to do with mindset, we do have time. If you guys want to ask questions, I feel like sometimes when we come together, we can learn from each other and like get, ideas. And we have, I think we have a little more than 10 minutes. So if anyone has anything to do with what I talked about, or anything that you feel like you're struggling with right now, there are some amazing minds on this call that could help out. So you do have to unmute yourself if you want to say something. And I'm going to take a drink of water because I'm thirsty.
Hey, Lindsay,
Yeah.
real quick, what was that verse from Romans that you shared with us earlier?
8:37. Yeah.
8:37. Okay.
I think that's like Amber's team. What would you say, Amber? Your team?
My team verse. I don't know. That's what I named my team after. Team Conquerors.
And I thought of you when I was doing this. I was like, oh, I need to just throw that verse in here. So
perfect.
And this is a great book if anybody wants to get it. It's not, I wouldn't say it's like, it is personal development and that is praying, but it truly is just prayers. And it does have like verses that go along with the prayers. So it's good, but it really applies to just life in general of an entrepreneurial, that's the right word, entrepreneurial woman. You know what I mean? So I'm a fan. Let me see, there's a chat over here. It was awesome, thanks. Oh, you're welcome, Ashley. I'm glad it was helpful. Michelle, I can see you talking, but I can't hear you.
Does that make a difference?
Yes.
Oh, it does? Okay. I was just going to say that it's not a question, but I was truly just praying about God's timing before dinner tonight, and this is just an answer to prayer, I feel like, because you spoke to everything I've been feeling. So I just wanted to say thanks.
You are more than welcome. I'm so glad. I wasn't sure what topic to talk about this week, and for some reason this kept popping into my mind, and so I'm really, really glad that it was helpful to you.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you for sharing that.
I'm going to go along and second that. It's exactly what I needed to hear today, especially.
Yeah.
Just what I needed. So thank you.
Good. I'm so glad. And like I told you guys, when I feel like God put it on my heart because it's something I'm struggling with too. And I hate to use pregnancy as an excuse, but I know like I have hormones and I'm tired, and it's so easy for me to be like, meh, like whatever, it's just a tough season. But when I really kind of went into like what it takes to get your mindset in the right place, it was kind of a rude awakening for me. So I am glad that it was helpful for you guys. feel like I need music. I'll give it like one more minute because sometimes people are just scared. Get out of your comfort zone if you have a question. Come on. But if you just don't have a question, that's fine too. So I'm going to give it like one more minute and then I'll let you guys go because I know it's Monday night and getting late. So. Okay, I'm gonna let you, that wasn't a minute, but it just feels right to end it. You can always ask me questions. Facebook message me or in the Team Fit and Fearless page. And I hope you all have a great night. And I do want to thank you guys for getting on live. I know it means a lot to me that you guys take time out and have your husbands put your kids to bed or do whatever. You tie them up in the backyard. I don't know. But I appreciate you guys getting on. Oh, thanks, Ashley. Love my necklace. Pretty sure it's from a jewelry party, and you probably do that too. Ashley, joke from the other night. Ashley Granberry's rocking a couple different avenues of. Anyways, moving on. You guys, I bought it from you. I did not buy it from you. Maybe I did. I don't know. Okay, guys. I hope you have a great night, and I will see y'all on social media.